Hi. Being grateful makes you happy. It's a natural antidepressant. Come on in and let's talk about it. Hi, my name's Christine L. Conroy. Welcome to Happy Stuff and Fluff, a channel for women over 50 who are getting happy and growing younger. Okay, so remember when we talked about strengths? I'll put a link up here for those of you who haven't watched the strengths video. But we talked about the 5 top strengths that consistently link to happiness. And they were, if you remember, gratitude, hope, curiosity, love and zest. So I want to have a look at one of those today. And I thought I'd start first of all with gratitude because it links in with the 3 good things that you've been doing once a week since the dawn of the videos of this channel. I hope you're still doing it, the 3 good things. So I'm going to add to it when we get to the end of the video and give you another technique to use, something to do that's going to help with gratitude. It's so important. First of all, let me tell you what Robert Emmons, who is Professor of Psychology and key researcher in terms of gratitude and what it does for us. And he says it's a felt sense of wonder, thankfulness and appreciation for life. Or I'd say thankfulness and appreciation for someone or something. You know, I think most of us are grateful in life. I think there are very few totally ungrateful people. I think it's just that we forget. We forget to do it, and we kind of take things for granted, if you like. And so why should we make the effort to remember? Well, I'm going to tell you in a minute. But first of all, I want to tell you something I'm grateful for. You know, when I told you I lectured in art and design history at university, and we used to talk about the best inventions in the world and what the students thought they were, and they used to come out with all these kind of aerodynamic things and along those lines. And my thought was, no, the best invention is hair dye. What would we do without it, ladies? Well, on that theme, I want to thank 2 fabulous girls who are responsible for my hair, because I went to have my hair done the other day. So this is like the next second day, which is great because usually I have to do my hair every day. So Leslie and Lindsay are 2 girls responsible for the cut and colour of my hair and have been for ever. So thank you to Leslie and Lindsay, who are at Revitalise in Horwich. So shoot on over there if you live in my area, and Lindsay in particular is great with me because I tend to go to the hairdresser and say things like, right, I want my hair shorter, but I don't want you to cut it. And she knows exactly how to deal with me. So thank you to them. And don't you feel, doesn't it give you a mood boost when you go to the hairdressers? That's a little tip. When you're feeling down, go and get your hair done. It always works for me. Okay, seriously now then, let's get back to gratitude because I want you to know why it's important. Let me just give you a few reasons why I'm talking about gratitude. First of all, it improves your relationships. You know yourself how good you feel in your relationship if you feel appreciated. And the reverse coin of that, of course, is how quickly a relationship can turn sour if you feel unappreciated. And so you be the first. And this works in all your relationships, you know, not just with a spouse, but with family members, with friends, pretty much with everybody you deal with. And as relationships is at the top of the pile in terms of, you know, healthy relationships in terms of your happiness levels, it pays to strengthen them, and gratitude does that. It helps with your health. It will improve your health. It helps to increase resilience to stress. And those who engage in gratitude practices have been shown to show less pain, go to the doctors less. It lowers their blood pressure, and they're less likely to develop mental disorders. Now, I haven't actually done any research on that last claim. So if you're interested in that, I suggest you do a little bit of your own research. Gratitude improves your emotions because it makes you feel good, doesn't it? But it doesn't just make you feel good, it blocks negative emotions. It's hard to feel down if you feel grateful for something. And this is where this idea of it being, or it reducing feelings of depression. Something I always say is one of the quickest ways to boost your mood is to go out and help someone else. And that's been proven to help with depression too. But gratitude is what we're talking about today, and it's proven to help with depressive feelings. So it increases your self-esteem as well, because it reminds you that there are other people involved in helping you to get where you are from the past and from the present. It also helps with your career. Imagine a workplace, people expressing gratitude in the workplace has been shown to influence positive change. It seems to be sadly lacking in the workplace, people saying thank you for doing this or thank you for doing that, and sometimes that's all it needs. We're going to talk about happiness in the workplace later on. Expressing gratitude develops your personality. It makes you a friendlier person and less self-centered. And of course, we all kind of gravitate towards less selfish people. It leads to you being more, at least having more compassion and more forgiveness. A caveat to all of this, of course, is it has to be genuine. People soon catch on if you're just saying thank you or buttering them up, as it were, just so that they will do something for you. Because if you show gratitude, it has been shown, people are more likely to want to help you. But as I say, it's got to be genuine. And the other thing is, you must remember to do it. And so, tip, you need to set triggers. Even if it might sound ridiculous, get a little bell to ring on your computer, say thank you to someone. But if you have to do that, do that. Post-it note on your bathroom mirror. Remember to say thank you to people today, just to get it in your head. I must remember, not taking people for granted and saying thank you. And I'm not just talking about people who put their lives on the line for you. I'm talking about, people who deliver things to you, your milkman or your postman, or just people that we tend to take for granted. So what can we do to become a grateful person, as opposed to, because it's all right me saying these things like say thank you and so on, but it's about being able to do that so that it becomes a habit, so that it becomes a part of who you are, and not just something you have to ring a bell or put a post-it note to remind you to do something, where it becomes almost second nature to you. And it takes practice. And the 3 good things helps with that. So I'm just going to add a little bit to that now. I want you to continue doing the 3 good things just once a week. But write it down in a notebook, your 3 good things. But then for each one, I want you to write down why it was good. How did it make you feel? What was it about that particular situation that warrants it being one of your good things? So what was good about it, maybe who was involved, and why it made you feel good. Because once you start to get to know yourself in that way, the kind of things, how it makes you feel, you're going to want to do things, and you'll know which things are going to make you feel that way. So that's the first thing. The second thing I want you to do is, and it's one of the biggies in terms of positive psychology interventions, and by that I mean it pulls in the most effective results in terms of increasing mood, happiness levels, ongoing. And this is the gratitude letter. Now, you may well have heard of this, but today we're going to action it. Because hearing these things, listening to these things, thinking, oh yeah, that's a good idea, but not actually doing them doesn't help. We've got to actually do these things, and that's what I want you to do today. So, what does it involve? Think of someone who's done something for you, who you haven't thanked properly. You may not have got the chance to thank, or you may just not have thanked them. It could be a parent, a spouse, a friend, and you're going to write a letter to them. And it doesn't have to be anything major. You could just say, dear such a body, it's just occurred to me that I was thinking about something you did for me whenever you did this and I forgot to thank you for it. And I want to thank you for today because it made me feel this way and I'll be forever grateful for it, or words to that effect. It doesn't have to be mushy. It can be, take it as far as you want to, but just tell them what they did, how it made you feel, and that you are grateful for it. Now, the next thing is you can choose. You can take the letter to them and have them sit down whilst you read it. Now, I couldn't do this because I would cry after the first line. I've told you I'm a crying person. So you can do that if you're comfortable with it. Or you could take the letter to them, give it them and let them read it. And if you feel uncomfortable with that, then post it to them. Just post it to them. But please do it. Now, it could be someone who's passed away and you feel you never got the chance to thank them. Write the letter anyway. You'll be amazed at how different it makes you feel getting these thoughts out of your head and down on paper. I'm an avid fan of journaling and we'll talk about that at some point too. With all of these exercises that I suggest you do, there might be some of them that you don't feel comfortable doing. Some will sit better than others. Some you might think, that's a bit naff, I can't do that. You might think that some of the most naff exercises are the ones that are the most effective. So don't be fooled by some of the seeming simplicity of some of them. But the gratitude letter, if you can do it, is a great one to do. Okay, so that's gratitude. We want to build gratitude. It's one of the top 5. Now then, talking about the strengths, I'm going to ask you to do one more thing, and I'm giving you lots to do this week, but they're only little things. They'll only take you a few minutes to do. Choose one of your top strengths. If you don't know what your top strengths are, again, I'll leave a link for you, and choose one and think about a different way of using that one strength each day for a week. Just a different way of using that particular strength. Let me know how you get on in the comments below or in the Facebook group. The Facebook group is now open. Shoot over there and introduce yourselves. Don't be shy. I've told you, I've given you a list of things, just 3 things. Who you are, where you're from, that's one thing. What you do, or if you're retired, and what your hobbies are, just to kickstart us getting to know each other. So shoot over there and do that. One more thing before I go. Today, just as I was putting makeup on to start to film, my son sent me the most amazing video to watch, saying he thought when he was watching it, every sentence reminded him of me. So I started to watch it. And of course, by the end of it, I was in tears. And I'm thinking, oh, God, I'm like this because I've told him my face explodes when I cry. But it's an uplifting video and I'm going to leave the link to it down below. Watch that. He's funny, he's poignant, he says all the things I'd love to say if I was articulate enough. Please watch that. And I'd be interested to know what you think about that too. In the meantime, please subscribe if you haven't done already. Give me a thumbs up. Share me. To anyone you think might benefit from anything I have to say, that would be great. And in the meantime, remember, on the Happy Stuff and Fluff channel, we are getting happy and growing younger. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.